Hello again, everybody. All right, this is another attempt at building a freehand bezel. And I'm just trying to remove some bubbles out of here. Now this is UV resin I made last time. It was kept in a very dark place so that it did not try curing on me. And as I said, I was going to try it with adding a smidge of the clear glue. So that's what I'm going to give it a try with. Now, Daniel Cooper says a very small amount will do it. So I'm just going to, well, first I think I'd better squeeze all this back out. Whoops, that sound, huh? And of course I want all the bubbles out before. I'm sorry about the lighting still. I am still trying to figure out putting all my crafts into the same room, and it's just not working. When the weather warms up, I will probably put all of my crafting into the family room after I empty all the other stuff we store in there out. Okay, so I think I'll try to pop those bubbles first so we don't introduce too many of them. Okay, I'm just going to take the tip of my paintbrush here, and that might even be way too much, so I'm going to try to scrape just a little bit off. And I'm going to go ahead and close this up now. All right, let's see what happens with this. I did thicken it quite a bit. Oh boy. So I don't know how well this is going to go either. I might have to add just a little bit more UV resin, so I think I'll do that real quick. It's really thick right now, so I hope it doesn't come out of there. We'll add quite a bit, actually, I think. Try to stir it all in, and hopefully it'll work. Definitely extremely thick. Not as thick right now, so adding that helped a bit. That looks a little bit better. I am introducing a ton of bubbles into this, so hopefully that's not going to hurt too much. Okay, let's see how bad this stringiness is. Okay, I'm going to put just a small amount on here and see how fast it spreads. I think I have a little bit of hope with that now. So we will let that set aside for a minute. Let the bubbles rise. I'll clean off my paintbrush. And I'll go ahead and clean that off because I am not looking at using that part. I do see bubbles rising. I always wipe very close to, I just roll it up in the same spot. That way I'm not spreading it all over the place, because spreading it is not my intention when I'm trying to clean it up. Okay, we have that up now. I'll go ahead and try popping those bubbles. Still quite a few in there right now, so I'll let them rise. I'll put you on pause while that comes to the surface. Okay, I popped the bubbles as they came up. It's a lot clearer now, so I'm going to go ahead and lay a couple of colors down. I'm not sure which ones I really want to go with. I think I'll go with this really pretty blue. And I'm going to go ahead and put a couple of different colors. Ooh, this is really pretty. And I don't know really if they're pearlescent or iridescent. I'll have to check my Temu order. But this is real pretty. So I'm just going to lay it down. I have tape on here tonight because I've been using the matte area of my silicone mat, and I don't really want the texture in it. Alright, so I have way too much powder down. So we're going to pick that up, brush it back into here. It is possible, and sometimes the color will run from you, the powder. So just lay your brush down on it, and that'll pick it up. Or, if you're really adventurous, you can use a razor blade to scrape it up. But it looks like I'm going to need that powder down anyway, because the tape doesn't look like it wants adherence. So I'm going to go ahead and just pat that down. I do want to try to get it as wide as possible. Okay. That's the blue. Now I'm going to go ahead and wipe off the brush. I'll have to find my switching sponge because I really like using that. I put it in a box to bring into the room, and well, it found a different place to be. I don't know, should I go ahead and use the purplish red? Why not? And it just drops down on there. That's fine. if I could find my eraser, you can actually take tape and make it to where the powders will stick. Let's just kind of mix that into there a little bit, just by using an eraser. Okay. Wipe that off the brush and decide if I want any other color. Let's go with yellow. There we go. Ooh. As always, I use a painter's mask. Catches all that stuff. Maybe a little too much there. Okay, let me throw these two pieces in the garbage. Anyway, as I had been saying, you can use an eraser and rub the top of the tape or shiny surface, and that will help to remove, well, to dull up an area for the powders to stick. But that also can cause your product to become a little dull as well. Okay, so we have red, white, and yellow, or excuse me, blue, red, and yellow. I'm going to go ahead and wipe up this extra here, just so I don't have it everywhere, like it's on my hands. And remember, if you don't see something very well, let me know so I can adjust where things have to be for them to be seen well. Okay. I'm going to use the tip of the paintbrush to do the heart, since that seemed to work pretty well. I might still have to thicken it a little bit. Wow. I think I made it a little too thin. Well, let's see. There we go. It is stretching and coming apart at some areas, but it is not spreading as bad as it did with the last round. It's finding a hard time to stay down because of the extra mica. Okay, it is spreading just a little bit, so I'm going to spread it down a little bit on my own. Okay, it is spreading outward, so yes, it does need to be slightly thicker. So I'll leave that there. I'll go ahead and cure that. And go from there. See how we get things done. Let's get this moved out of the way. I'm going to be making a dark box so that I have a place to put UV resin at when I don't want it cured. All right, back when this is cured. Okay, here's where we try to build the bezel. Let's hope this works, huh? Now, Twisted Tree Arts, who's wanting to change her name, you all ought to check out her channel. I'll leave a link. But she is wanting to change her name. And so she just posted a video and she's asking for your opinions and comments. And I think she has a name that sounds pretty darn good to me, already picked out. She also attempted to do what I did as well. And she outsmarted me a little bit. And instead of trying to use the resin to make the bezel loop, she used a jump ring. So yes, she outsmarted me. All right, let's get these out of the way. Okay, I'm going to pause you again. Okay, we're going to try one more build on top of that. Hopefully it'll work. I do see where it had slid off the side over here, but that's all right. That blue is looking really pretty. Okay, let's try going this way for a change. Okay, one more hit with the light. And we'll be right back. All right, I've decided to put one more layer. It's doing very well at building now. I'm going to go ahead and let that get cured because I do not need it. Okay, we're just going to start again, drag it around, and go right on top of it so that okay, a little bit more. try to build it just a little bit, but it seems to be wanting to seep down into here. So I might just do this. Let's spread it out just a little bit in there so that it's thin. Sometimes you just should know when to stop. Okay. And since it did that, I'm going to go ahead and finish filling the middle with clear. Just dumping it in, folks. Making sure to get it up to those sides like that. It did help to push the thick stuff back, so that's nice. All right, I'm going to go ahead and let that cure as well. I'll get this started and we'll be right back. All right, it was on for 2.5 minutes. So we're going to test to see how done things are. Now I'm pretty sure that the underneath of this may not be cured. And yes, there's still a part that's uncured there. So that means that this will probably be uncured as well. Now, this is the reason why I put it on tape. So I can pull the tape up, turn it over, and begin the cure process one more time. One more misshapen heart, and we will see how it goes. Okay, I put it on for 1 minute and 30 seconds. That is nicely cured, which means this in here is all nicely cured. Oh yes, and I can be able to peel that out later. I know it doesn't look like really anything's in there, but it is. Okay, so since we know that worked, let's go ahead and try taking the little heart off. Now, I thought about using the tape because I watched Twisted Tree Arts do hers. Okay, it's now stuck to my fingers. But I watched her do hers, and she did it on something I probably never would have thought of. That, you know, the plastic that comes in bacon at the bottom. Well, she used that, and that's pretty darn good thinking there. But I kind of thought that maybe that's what hindered the curing a little bit, because it wasn't easy to cure through that. She did turn it over, and it did cure better. So she came up with some things that I never would have thought of, and I am flabbergasted that I'm telling you, this is why we have such a wonderful community, is people put their minds to something and they get it accomplished, and it teaches the rest of us some things, and we can expand on that if we want, or just go ahead and follow groove with it, right? Oops, I put fingerprint on there. Okay. So this is what it turned out to be. Definitely cured, but definitely really funky looking. I do love those mica powders, though. They are gorgeous. I can't actually wait to try them in some epoxy projects. So, this was just a test to see about the glue putting in, and yes, the glue does work to thicken that resin. You just have to get an idea of what you want for thickness out of it. Thank you very much for stopping in and watching. I appreciate it very much. It's really great to have viewers and be able to share what I know or experiment with, be able to watch others. I have some people that are subscribed that are also video YouTubers that have crafting. Of course, some Temu Haul people too and things like that. So, yeah, I think YouTube has brought me a good outlet. Very good outlet. It's definitely brought me a new sister. So, I appreciate all of you that stop in. I would like to ask you please for a thumbs up and a comment. Just helps get our channels out there to others that may not know about us and may want to watch what we're doing. There's a lot of goofs. Definitely not perfectionism, but it is what it is. And of course, I'd like to thank all my subscribers. You guys are awesome. And if you just come across my channel or you've been watching but not subscribed, maybe think of taking this chance to subscribe now. And of course, hit the little bell if you want notifications on future videos. And of course, share. All right, you guys are awesome, and peace out.